You can begin with some nice refreshing breaths. And your eyes nice and closed. And each breath that you breathe out takes you one step closer to a deeper relaxation. And you can continue focusing on your breath. Allow it to lead you into your own hypnotic trance. Supported by the sound of the music. A feeling of comfort blankets your body. The sound of the music is so relaxing. It almost dances inside of your body. And you can invite yourself into going deeper into your own relaxation. Allowing your logical mind to take a break. You can just sit by and just allow my words and my voice to accompany you into this journey during this session. And notice where you're at in terms of relaxation. Notice where you're at in terms of calmness. Notice where you're at with inner peace. And now double that. Feel yourself become so absorbed deep within. And as you go within, each breath that you breathe in is cleansing. Each breath you breathe out releases pressure, toxins, and even stress. Some people really enjoy fresh air, but our system operates in such a balanced way that it allows a certain amount of oxygen in and a certain amount out. You see, it keeps some oxygen in so that it can become absorbed and travel around the body. and through the brain. But it maintains a balance. It knows exactly what it needs to do. There's no such thing as hoarding oxygen, because the system knows how much it needs, and the oxygen that's not used goes straight back out. I mean, could you imagine hoarding and hoarding oxygen? The system would be out of balance. There'll be too much oxygen traveling around the bloodstream and through the brain. And the body is so intelligent that even during strenuous and physical exercise, when there's an imbalance between the oxygen in and out and the oxygen received into the muscles, the body communicates. You may have to hunch over, grab your breath, or sit down until your breath and your breathing returns to normal. But I guess any form of hoarding can be disruptive. But isn't it nice to know that you can be in charge of taking breaks, interrupting patterns, some runners just want to run fast up hills, and then they stop, take a breath, and let their system recalibrate again, re-oxygenate, and return to a normal functioning state. And even then, there's no hoarding of oxygen. It's just natural. And some people hoard a lot of food into their plate. And I guess the outcome there is predictable if they end up eating it all. And then there's those who hoard all the thoughts in their mind and keep adding thoughts, and then they just become so wonderful at ruminating. Except if it's clutter in the mind. But I guess it's only a problem when it's a problem. And some people have different definitions of hoarding. I guess you're hoarding until you're not. Isn't it nice to know that you can always interrupt what's no longer working for you and do something different? It's just a decision that you make. Just like that. On any one fine day, you can decide to organize your bag, your wallet, your pantry, or a big bundle of clothes. I guess it's the feeling that comes with it when it's done. It's always the feeling that counts. How rewarding it can feel. Even when you break up one big task into 10 small steps and just do one. And some people think that boredom is a problem, while others experience the exact same sensation and are so grateful for that feeling of not needing to rush to do anything. Just like they say, one person's trash becomes another person's treasure. One person's boredom becomes another person's luxury. Isn't it nice to know that whichever definition or interpretation that we make is entirely up to us? And the truth is, you're in charge of the labels that you create. You're in charge of your timetable. And you're in charge of what you do from this day forward. And you need to change the doing so that you can change the feeling. Online shopping, for example, might change a feeling. But have you noticed what other feeling it may bring you later? Photography may interrupt a pattern and give you one feeling as you mindfully engage in the activity, and another pleasant feeling as you reflect back upon the work that you created and the wonderful snapshots you took. And isn't it interesting that it's almost desirable to engage in behaviors that can also produce new feelings once they're repeated over and over. When you don't feel like going somewhere or doing something because of the feeling, to change that feeling, you need to change the doing. And that might mean, instead of doing once a month, maybe do something once a day to desensitize the experience. To take away that feeling of discomfort. Just like ringing up for a job interview. If you had to speak of a topic that wasn't very comfortable, or after the 10th phone call of the same topic, would you imagine that it would get easier to speak about? So I invite you to challenge yourself to do the things that give you discomfort if you want to change the feeling. To go into different coffee shops, to speak to colleagues that you've never met, to introduce yourself, to walk a different path, to wear different colors, to change your hairstyle, to try new restaurants. Do one thing different every day. And at the end of the week, you've done a lot of things different. They're not always going to feel comfortable. It's not the feeling that's the problem. It's when you stop living. It's when you stop doing things. But from this day forward, you'll take action. And this action will change how you feel. And you'll keep changing your behaviors regardless of what you think and feel. These behaviors that you do constantly will change how you think. Then you'll look back in time and realize you've changed. Because you wanted to. Because you saw that your thoughts and your feelings were once upon a time limiting your behaviors. And now you'll see, after time, that you still went everywhere you wanted. And you had people over, and you did all these different things, and you didn't allow how you felt or what you thought to stop you. So allow yourself to feel inspired about the possibilities of these suggestions. And then invite yourself to become comfortable doing different things all the time. So take a nice cleansing and refreshing breath to allow yourself to reset your system and become ready for the rest of the day. Bring with you what you liked. You've always been in charge. Nice cleansing breaths, and when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes.